This is SAT Practice Test 7. I'm going to work question 20, 21, 22 on Math Module 2, Hard. And do not watch this video if you haven't yet worked Practice Test 7 because it'll give you the answer and your score will not be accurate because you've already have seen how to work these specific questions. But anyway, here's the first one for each real number r. Which of the following points lies on the graph of each equation in the xy plane for the given system? Well, I look at these equations, and the first thing I notice is the second one is just the first every element multiplied by 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times 4 is 20. First, I'm going to do it by hand. And so they're the same equation. They have infinite solutions. They're the same line. So now I'll just pick the first one because it's easier. And then I want r. So I notice A and B have r as the x value. D has r as the y value. And C has some expression of r as both x and y. So remember, points are this, x, y. So I'm just going to plug in, x for, r for x first. 7r plus 6y equals 5. This is called parameterizing an equation with some other letter, a lot of times r. So I want to solve for y now. So I will subtract 7r from both sides. 6y equals negative 7r plus 5. And then I'm going to divide everything by 6 to get that 6 out of the denominator there. So y equals negative 7r over 6 plus 5/6. Well, it doesn't have it. This one has the wrong sign. So that's, r does not replace x. And I know these two, I hope it's not C because that'll be a lot of work. So those two are gone. I'm not going to X them here because I want to see them when I work this later in Desmos. I'm also going to do this in Desmos. So now I will replace R for Y and check out if it's D. So if Y is R, this is 7X plus 6R equals 5. And then I do 7X equals 6r, it's minus 6r, because I subtract 6r from both sides, plus 5. I will divide everything by 7 to get rid of that. And as you can see, x is negative 6r over 7 plus 5/7, and y is r, and so that one works. So the answer is D. Now I can also work this on Desmos, and look at on Desmos. Maybe I didn't understand that this was the same equation. So I just type them in. 7x plus 6y equals 5. And then if I do the other one, 28x plus 24y equals, what is it, 20? Oh my goodness, it's the same line. So I only need one of them. And then I can type in A, B, C, or D, all of them, and see which one is always on that line, no matter what value of r. I have to put a slider for r to give it a value. What is going on here? Oh, I don't have r yet. That's what's going on. I can't type in a value for r, so I'm just going to put in the first answer for A. Negative 6r over 7 plus 5/7. Now I can add a slider for r. I was trying to add the slider for r too soon. I don't know, I'll just put r equals 2. It's going to draw a circle because it thinks r means radius, but you just have to ignore that. You know, the circle is just because of r. You could change the letter if you want to t or something, but the question says r. So that circle is just like extra. It's got nothing to do with the equation. It just thinks I'm talking about a circle with a radius equal that. So notice that point is not always on the line. So A is out. Now I'll type B. R, and you can label these if you want, but I'm just going to type them in order. 7r over 6 plus 5/6. Nope, that one's not it. Check it out. It's not always on the line, so that one's no good. R over 4 plus 5. This is the one where everything is some function of expression. R over 4 plus 5, commas, negative. R over 4 plus 20, whoops, 20, do I have that right? Yep. And notice that one isn't always on the line, so that's no good. And then I'll just put in the next one, negative 6r over 7. 6r over 7, whoops, not 6, 7 plus 5/7 ara. And notice that one is always on the line. And again, you just have to ignore that circle. It's just drawn that because they are. They just try to make things tough for you. You know, if I put t or something, t comma negative 6t over 7 plus 5/7 t for everything, it would get rid of that circle. I'm just going to ignore it. So either way, whether I do it by hand or do it by using Desmos and just typing them in, I get the same answer, and that is D. D is the correct expression. D, D, D. Why isn't it drawing for me? Yes, D, D, D. D is the answer. D. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next question, and hopefully this isn't going to time out. All right, the cost of renting a carpet cleaner is $52, 52 for the first day and $26 for each additional day. Notice it says $52 for the first day, not a $52 flat fee plus a daily fee. This is the trick of this question. Which of the following functions gives a cost, C of D, in dollars of renting the carpet cleaner for D days, where D is a positive integer? Because normally you are going to write, when you have a word problem or word question on SAT, you have Y equals MX plus B. And the B is some starting amount, like you pay $100 plus $10 per day, whatever it is. But notice this says $52 the first day. So when I put this one in, it's the plus 52, but that's for the first day. And so now I'm going to have to put D, are they using D? Yeah, D minus 1 times 26. So that's each additional day. So the second day, D minus 1, D is 2, D minus 1 is 1. There would be one additional day, $52 for the first day, and then one D minus 1, where D is the number of days for the second day. So now I can distribute and rewrite this. 26 times D is 26D minus 26 plus 52, and 52 minus 26 is 26. 26D minus 26. So you have to be careful when it doesn't just say it's a flat fee plus a per day fee. When they say it's something for the first day and then an additional whatever for each additional day or whatever. If they said $100 for the first week and then $10 each additional day, it would be 100 and then plus, this would be 100, and then said $10 each additional day after the first week, so it would be D minus 7. So you got to watch out for that when the first amount is for the first day. So 26D minus 26, 26D, oh, is it? Oh, plus 26. Why didn't you correct me on that? 52 minus 6 is plus 26. 26D plus 26, and yes, it says the answer is A. Okay, now I'm going to do 22 rather. And remember again, I want to remind you, do not watch this video if you haven't worked this practice test and you're trying to prepare, because you will destroy your score. You'll infect it with information, and now you can't get a good score on this practice test. So be careful, be careful. All right, this one has to do with the speed of a vehicle is increasing at a rate of 7.3 meters per second. What is this rate in miles per minute squared, rounded to the nearest tenth? Oh, it's 7.3 meters per second squared. 1 mile is 1,609 meters. All right, just this one, use your paper. Write it down, write it, and then cancel the units. So I'm going to use M for meters per second squared. M is meter. Because I have to worry about minutes, I'm going to use MIN for minutes. I'm writing it down so I don't forget. And I'm going to use MI for miles. That way I don't forget. All right, I have to convert the seconds. So how many seconds in a minute? 60. How many square seconds? Seconds squared and minutes squared. 60 times 60, which, if you don't know, you can do it on Desmos. 60 times 60, 3,600. So this is times 3,600 seconds squared divided by minutes squared times. All right, now I have to use this 1609 meters per mile. I want to get rid of miles. So miles goes down here. Oh, that's meters. See, I had to look at my key. That's meters. So I want to get rid of meters. So 1609 meters, and then per mile. So now if I look at my units, the meters are going to cancel. Whoops, not the 1609. The meters are going to cancel. The seconds squared, and now I'm left with miles per square minute, and that's what I want. What is this rate in miles per minute squared? So 7.3 times 3600 divided by 1609. I'll just do it right here, times 7.3. Is it 7.3? And then divided by 1609. Divided by 1609. And I get 16.3. And that is answer B. And that is questions number 20, 21, and 22 on practice test 7, module 2 hard for the digital SAT. That's all of them.